For joining us today. This is Nina from Motorola. You are in the right place at the right time for the Licensed Microwave Without Compromise webinar hosted by our friends at Streakwave. Today, the webinar will begin promptly and will end at about 15 minutes to the hour with ample time for questions and answers. To ask questions today, we're going to do this electronically, so please use the questions tool in your meeting console or the chat tool in your meeting console to ask questions of our host. Our host today is Richard from Streakwave, and I'm going to turn the floor over to him so he can introduce the company and then take us through our presentation.
Welcome, everybody. Good to have you here today. I'm Richard Bernhardt. I'm the Director of Marketing at Streakwave Wireless. We are a value-added distributor of wireless broadband equipment, and we are the hosts for today's webinar along with Motorola. And Streakwave has been around for 7 years and is here to provide for your broadband wireless equipment needs. That includes both the licensed and unlicensed spectrum products. And we are focused primarily and directly on wireless broadband. Our sales and account representatives have a direct expertise in this product. We've been certified and trained by Motorola and can provide you with Motorola direction and fit all of your needs. We are known as a value-added distributor of wireless equipment, and you can see that our contacts are available, and you can see more information about Streakwave at www.streakwave.com or at 888-604-5264. If you take a look at the page, you see that for today's presentation, we are offering a free path analysis and calculation. And that means that if you have questions about where your transmitters will go, you can give us a call and we'll do that for you for free. Our account managers are trained in this area and can handle that very easily. Because we have 3 warehouses in the United States, in Ohio, and in Salt Lake City, and in San Jose, we can provide for your ordering needs and fast delivery. Our products are generally in stock. We're a stocking distributor, and we have the accessories as well. And we can facilitate your FCC and general licensing needs for each path, which can be sometimes a complex thing, so we want to help you out there. Streakwave deals in a wide range of horizontals, and you can see that we work in enterprise, education, government, hospitality, healthcare, security, and we work with WISPs and other service providers and provide additional assistance where necessary. We're here to make your technical wireless solutions happen, and we look forward to speaking with you whenever. We're happy to host today's webinar, and I'd like to introduce Scott Imhoff. He's the Director of Point-to-Point Products. He's the Point-to-Point Product Manager for Motorola, and he is our technical guru for today, and I'll turn it over to him now.
All right, well, thank you very much, Richard. It's a pleasure to be here with Streakwave, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with those of you that have joined the event today. We're going to be spending the majority of the time on PTP 800, Motorola's licensed band microwave solution. We're going to give you an overview of that product, discuss typical applications and a set of verticals, and there'll be plenty of time to address questions at the tail end of the presentation. So as they come across your mind, jot them down, and we'll get them out on the table, and we'll work our way through them. So with that, let me introduce the PTP 800. This is Motorola's introduction to the licensed microwave space, the 6 to 38 gig, and it's really a complement to our highly successful PTP 500 and PT 600 platforms in the licensed exempt space that many of you may know and actually utilize in your networks today. We introduced the PTP 800 and entered the 6 to 38 gig space really at the request and direction of our customers in the licensed exempt space. And that was driven by a number of reasons. First and foremost, they were seeking the reliability of protected RF or licensed RF, in that there was concerns on interference, etc., in the licensed exempt band, or it was highly crowded in their particular geographies, and they were looking for a solution there. In some cases, they were looking for lower latency than licensed exempt platforms can offer, and in the case of PTP 800 on a link basis, it's less than 115 microseconds. So extremely low latency that supports daisy chains and other timing-dependent applications. Many of our customers were rapidly migrating from TDM-based networks to IP-based networks, and they were looking for a clean transition to support that. As demand grows for data traffic, capacity is critical importance. The PTP 800 is a full duplex FDD radio and can support bandwidth up to 368 megabits full duplex. That's both upstream and downstream. And customers were looking for hybrid market or hybrid networks where they were utilizing both licensed and license exempt in a common network. And they wanted to do so from a single vendor. Historically, Motorola wasn't in a position to do that, but we are today. And it's interesting and amazing to see the rapid growth of those hybrid networks. In terms of the target markets that we were focused on with regards to PTP 800, I'd say first and foremost it was the enterprise space, commercial enterprise applications, campus deployments. We found a very strong foothold in the municipality, university, schools, and hospitals market space. And as you would expect with Motorola's heritage in public safety, we've made great strides there in advancing PTP 800. The carrier space, and I guess even more specifically to carrier, would be the wireless internet service providers. And I know many of you are out there today using Motorola's point-to-point or point-to-multipoint and point-to-point products. And the licensed band in the form of PTP 800 makes a nice complement to those existing solutions. In terms of, well, what is the PTP 800? It is a split mount architecture. So we have an outdoor RF unit, which is what you see in the top left picture. And we have a compact modem unit in the bottom left picture. The compact modem unit itself is one rack unit high and about a half rack wide. You can actually mount two of them side by side in a rack. It is composed of industrial grade components and can be mounted outdoors, and we're working on a full outdoor sleeve for the unit. But as it's presented today, it is for indoor installation. The modem, the compact modem unit itself, is frequency independent and capacity independent, whereas the outdoor unit, the RF unit, is band specific. So you'll have a 6 gig unit or a 38 gig unit or 11 gig unit, etc. But the CMU itself is RF and capacity independent. Operating temperatures bridge what we typically see in North America, so I don't see any particular issues or challenges there for you. We do offer traditional copper connections as well as fiber connections to the unit. One of the carryovers from our license exempt days is recognizing the challenges of aligning these antennas, particularly on longer paths or narrow beam width. We have included a BNC connector for fast and easy link alignment as we have on our license exempt portfolio, and finding great pleasure in that from the installers. In terms of key features, the compact modem unit does bridge 6 to 38 gig. Right now we have 11, 18, 23, and 6 available in U.S. and Canada for Industry Canada certification. 38 gig and 24 gig will be introduced later this year, and we actually have a 38 gig trial up and running in the western U.S. now for about 2 months, so we can send you that direction if that's of interest to you. The channel widths are configurable from 7 to 56, and that really just depends on what your license dictates and what band you're operating in. In terms of capacity, the basic compact modem unit comes with a 10 meg license full duplex, and you can step that up to 368 megabits depending on what your channel width is and what band you're operating in. We'll dictate that, but from a key standpoint, all the way up to 368 full duplex. I mentioned earlier the very low latency at less than 115 microseconds at full capacity with 64 byte packets. That's really important if you have daisy chain networks or very time-sensitive applications like voice traffic, public safety applications, etc. We do support QPSK to 256 QAM. You can set the unit to sit on a particular modulation mode or using our adaptive coding and modulation, which I'll go through shortly. The radio will select the best modulation depending on the atmospheric conditions at that present time. We do support both in-band and out-of-band management, which is an enhancement over our license-exempt space, but we see that as an emerging requirement, particularly in the traditionally licensed bands. In terms of space, it is the smallest modem in the industry today, where you've got space constraints in your shelter, or from a cost standpoint where you're paying for space. That can be very, very important. We've actually found that our modem is smaller than some of our competitors' power supplies. So a very small, very compact unit that relies on passive cooling. So there's no moving